Sunny skies were a welcome sight after the rain-affected 2017 version of the Vierumäki Finnish Challenge. There was a buzz around the range as the players prepared to face the enthusiastic galleries on day one. Last week's winner, Oliver Wilson, got off to a hot start, birdieing the first. Playing alongside him was home favourite Kim Koivu. He excited the crowd early on with a birdie of his own. Leading the finish charge though was Kalle Samoja, 2 bogeys the only blemishes on an otherwise excellent round of golf. His putter was sizzling on the back 9 as he birdied the last 4 holes to end the day on 6 under. Oscar Stark has had a challenging year. You wouldn't know it though, as he delivered an airtight approach to the 11th. That nestles up to 5 feet and a great look at birdie. Would he miss it though? Of course he wouldn't. Stark leads the Swedish surge and joins Samoja at 6 under. Italian amateur Lorenzo Scalise once tied for 11th at the Italian Open in 2015. By the look of his putting game, it should be no surprise as Scalise drains this to sign for a bogey-free 8 under. Mathieu Finnas tied for 18th at this tournament last year. He'll be looking to improve on that this time around, and boy does he look focused. On the drivable par 4 12th, he sends his chip some way past and leaves himself with work to do for birdie. Not a problem for the Frenchman though, as he joins Scalise at 8 under. In pole position after the first day is England's Tom Murray. The man from Manchester showed some scintillating form. He was 6 under through 10, and at the par 3 4th his tee shot settled at around 10 feet and the momentum was with him. A great look at birdie to push himself to 7 under. Was it ever in doubt? Not for Murray. He went on to birdie the next 2 to sit at 9 under with 3 to play. Around the course there were brief whisperings of emulating the elusive 59 that Oliver Lindell managed in the Wednesday Pro-Am. However, it wasn't meant to be, as Murray parred the remaining 3 holes to stay at 9 under and leader of the pack on day 1. Let's look at the leaderboard then. England made a strong start to the tournament with 4 players making up their contingent at the top. Nicholas Johansson will want to catch up with his countryman Stark, and Australia's Dimitrios Papadakis lies in wait at 6 under. Let's hear from the man of the moment, Tom Murray.
I actually came off quite annoyed because I 3-putted the last for a par, which is not, I shouldn't be annoyed with 9 under, but I was a little bit. So yeah, 9 and 18 are definitely sort of birdie holes. So not to birdie the 9th was not great, but obviously a good day's work.
More glorious weather shone down upon day 2 of the Vierumäki Finnish Challenge, the crisp conditions setting us up for another low-scoring day. Round 1 leader Tom Murray carded a modest 1 under par, not quite replicating his impressive 9 under on day 1, but remains firmly in the hunt at -10. Kim Koivu was once again followed loyally by the home support. The extra pressure did not seem to faze him though, as this approach to the 9th would set up a nice look at eagle. Expectations surrounded the green as Koivu stood over the eagle chance and made absolutely no mistake. What a way to get the crowd going, and he carded 7 under and claims 10th spot on his own. Thomas Leonard is one of 2 Frenchmen who are part of the 7-strong 10 under club. He took dead aim on the par 3 4th and would birdie on his way to an excellent 6 under par. Robert Mcintyre is flying the flag for Scotland and left-handers going into the weekend. He found trouble with his 2nd on the par 5 12th, but a touch of class meant he splashed out of the bunker to 6 feet and had a strong look at birdie. Cool as ice, that's 6 under for the day and a tie for 3rd for the Scot. Magnus Carlsen would shoot the low round of the day. A birdie at the last meant 9 under and a place in the 10 under club. Not one to let his compatriot and namesake outdo him, Johan Carlsen drummed up some Friday magic of his own. This approach to the par 5 9th would set up the Swede with an eagle chance and the opportunity to go 6 under through the front 9. That one flew in for an eagle and a bogey-free 7 under. Dimitrios Papadatos has shown remarkable temperament after a mix-up at the airport meant that his clubs only just arrived in time for the Wednesday Pro-Am. Thankfully the two were reunited so Dimitrios could deliver his own lesson on the course. This approach to the par 3 17th settled to an uncomfortable distance at around 25 feet for the Australian. Did it bother him? Not one bit. That one wasn't going anywhere but the hole, and Papadatos goes to 11 under and a share of the lead. That lead is shared with this man, Lorenzo Scalise, who continues to astound in this tournament. The Italian amateur remains consistent and birdies the last and take a heap of confidence through to the weekend. The leaderboard then. It's tight at the top as 7 are tied for third. Norwegian Kristoffer Ventura joins the chasing pack. Mcintyre Finnish will want to replicate his countryman's excellent round today. The Vierumäki Finnish challenge was met with gusty conditions, and after the low scoring of previous days, would we see more eagles? Oliver Wilson has been waiting patiently in the wings throughout this tournament and started the day with a delightful chip that nestled up to 4 feet. He would birdie there and finish in a tie for 8th at 12 under. Lorenzo Scalise hasn't quite been hitting the heights of his day 1 8 under, but remains firmly in the hunt. This approach to the first set up an immediate birdie opportunity on his way to 2 under for the day and a share for 5th. With him, Norwegian Kristoffer Ventura, who has been showing remarkable consistency in the first 2 rounds. He may rue 3 bogeys on the front 9 as he sits at 13 under, 2 off the lead. Tom Murray's fine first round has left him in an excellent position for the week, and a 3 under today keeps him well in the race. This approach to the par 3 17th runs agonisingly close to the pin. The ace was not meant to be, but the birdie that followed would soften the blow on what was a frustrating day for the Englishman. Mcintyre Finnish was another player who bursted out of the blocks on day 1. A 4 under after his round means that he sits in a tie for 2nd. A cute chip here at the 9th, setting up a birdie. Could this finally be the year we have a home champion in Finland? It's a resounding yes if Antti Ahokas has anything to do with it. He's gone from strength to strength in this tournament, and an absolute monster on the 18th means that he will have his eyes on the prize in front of the home fans on Sunday. Robert Mcintyre has barely put a foot wrong in Finland. 2 bogeys the only blemishes on his scorecard for all 3 rounds. He's been enjoying the par 5 12th, making birdie every day. An eagle at the last saw the Scots stampede to a share of the lead. And sharing that lead is the local favourite, Kim Koivu. He found himself in a spot of bother here at the par 5 18th, needing to negotiate a tough lie out of the bunker. Incredible skill to splash out there, leaving a tricky 20-footer for birdie. And the crowd go wild. What a putt and what a round for Kim Koivu. That birdie will do him the world of good as he faces the final day. The leaderboard now, Kalle Samoja is by no means out of contention and will be looking to hunt down his countryman. Holland's Rainier Saxton went 4 under for the day. He's in a 4-way tie for 10th and has everything to play for. Let's hear from the local boy, Kim Koivu.
When I had to hit it close, when those holes that you kind of have to birdie the par 5s and a couple of short par 4s, I was able to convert. And obviously no bogeys is a great. It doesn't happen too often. And everybody's obviously cheering for the Finns, and Antti's playing very well at the moment, as he's played the last couple of weeks. So it's very exciting. I hope we get to tee it up tomorrow together.
Looks like we're fixed for a fine finish in Finland. There was a real buzz in the air as the players geared up to take on the final day of the Vierumäki Finnish challenge. Bright skies brought perfect conditions early on as we settled in for the action. It would turn out to be a fine day for Finland as Kalle Samoja cemented his place in the top 10. A remarkable chip in here at the 9th shows why he remains at 5th in the road to Ras Al Khaimah rankings. Compatriot Antti Ahokas went out in the final group, one behind the leaders today. An exquisite approach to the 16th here typified the Finns' excellent display this week and delighted the home crowd. But the final day would be all about two men. Ahokas' playing partners Kim Koivu and Robert Mcintyre would play out an almighty battle here in Vierumäki. The former absolutely bursting out the traps, another birdie at 2 and yet another here at 3, showing he meant business. As predicted, the sun soon disappeared and the brollies were out. Not that it bothered the players though, as Koivu delivers an astonishing approach to the 6th, bringing up his 4th birdie of the day. Robert Mcintyre was doing a fine job of keeping the Finn honest though, a birdie of his own here letting him know that this wasn't a one-horse race. Koivu once again birdied the 7th to take a 3-shot lead. Perhaps the turning point of the round came when Robert Mcintyre showed his class on the 9th. This magnificent approach set up a routine putt for eagle, which he made no mistake in converting. Game on. The weather picked up for the final few holes. A bogey for Koivu at 14 meant he slipped to a shot behind Mcintyre, heading into the last 3 holes. A clutch putt here at the par 3 17th would level the scores going down the last, straight down the middle. He sends the crowds into raptures and we had a straight shootout going down the last. A birdie chance to win the tournament fell agonisingly short, and the frustration was clear to see with the Scot. Just like yesterday, Koivu found himself in the greenside bunker on 18 and required something special to give himself a chance of winning. The stage was set for Koivu to win it in sudden death. A testing left to right break for the win, and it is smack bang in the middle. What a putt and what a way to win for Kim Koivu.
Just feel amazing. I mean, right now I'm holding those putts. They're coming down the stretch there on the 17 and then obviously on the playoff hole. I mean, it just feels great. Feels great. I mean, I couldn't figure out a way, better way to than winning on home soil, that's for sure. So, it felt great. It was just a great battle with Rob. I mean, he played awesome. Put the pressure on me all round. Just kept fighting, and I mean this time I came to the top. So I'm excited for the rest of the year.
Let's take a look at the final leaderboard then, and there are 4 Englishmen tied for 5th. Tom Murray, James Adams, Ben Parker and Oliver Wilson will be very proud of their week's work. Johan Karlsson sits at 10th. What a finish in Finland, with the home fans leaving the course absolutely ecstatic. The Challenge Tour moves on to Northern Ireland next week. Thanks for joining us.